The first time Amara Bennett stepped into Hamilton High School, she wasn't thinking about popularity, grades, or making friends. She was thinking about survival. It was a humid Monday morning in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the kind of morning that glued your clothes to your skin and made the air feel heavy in your lungs. Amara's braids stuck to the back of her neck as she and her grandmother, Miss Loretta, walked through the scratched-up glass doors of the weathered old brick building. Hamilton High wasn't much to look at: faded hallways, lockers with chipped paint, flickering fluorescent lights, and an HVAC system that wheezed louder than a preacher at Sunday service. But for Amara, it was a fresh start, her third one. She had been expelled from 2 other schools. Not for drugs, not for theft, for fighting. The last incident was at Jefferson Middle, where a boy called her monkey during lunch. Amara didn't even hesitate, just broke his collarbone. No one cared what he said to provoke her. They only care that she hit him. That's the world Miss Loretta said they lived in. That's why, as they waited outside the principal's office, Miss Loretta leaned down and said quietly, "Remember, baby, you don't owe the world your anger, just your truth." Principal Hargrove looked as tired as his rumpled beige suit. He didn't smile when he called him in, just skimmed her file like it was a criminal record. "Miss Bennett," he muttered, not looking up, "we run a zero-tolerance policy here. No fighting. No exceptions. You understand?" Amara gave a single nod. "I want to believe you're more than what I see here," he added, finally looking her in the eye. "I am," she said, simple as that. The second they stepped into the hallway, she felt dozens of eyes crawling over her like ants on sugar. Some curious, some mocking, a few downright cruel. But Amara didn't flinch. She walked straight, shoulders back, chin up, not to impress anyone, but because she had to. She didn't know how to move any other way. The bell rang. Students poured into the hallway like water from a burst hydrant. Amara made her way to room 218 for homeroom. Ms. Timmons was waiting outside the door, a sturdy woman with kind eyes and a voice like melted honey. "Class," she said once they were inside, "we have a new student. This is Amara Bennett. Show her some respect." Amara gave a stiff nod and scanned the room, avoiding the back row where the loudest kids lounged like they owned the place. She spotted an empty seat next to a wiry boy with fidgety hands and glasses that kept sliding down his nose. He looked like the kind of kid who apologized when someone else bumped into him. She sat beside him. "Hey," he whispered, "I'm Devin." She glanced at him. His voice was quiet, but his eyes were bright, alert. "Amara," she replied. The rest of the day passed in a blur of whispered comments, sideways glances, and that familiar sense of being watched, of being weighed. She kept her head down. She remembered what Miss Loretta said: "Stay calm, stay clean." That lasted until lunch. As Amara made her way toward the cafeteria, she caught sight of Devin pressed up against a row of lockers by 3 guys in matching football jerseys. The biggest one, Trent Jacobs, looked like he ate nails for breakfast. "You think you're slick, huh?" he growled. "I didn't tell anyone anything," Devin stammered. "I just got the answers right. That's all. Liar." One of the others slammed a book into Devin's stomach. He doubled over and crumpled to the floor. Amara stood frozen, fist balled so tight she felt her nails pierce skin. She heard Principal Hargrove's voice in her head. "No fighting. No exceptions." Then Devin gasped. "Those are my mom's lesson plans. She teaches night school." Trent stepped on Devin's bag, crushing the papers beneath his cleats. That was it. Amara dropped her tray and walked forward. "Back off." Trent turned, eyebrows raised. "Look who it is. The charity case. What are you going to do, new girl? Call your grandma." She didn't answer. She swung. Her first punch cracked Trent's jaw and sent him stumbling. The second kid tried to grab her, but she spun low and swept his legs, sending him face first into the floor. The third kid turned to run. She grabbed him by the back of his hoodie and slammed him into the lockers. Metal rang out like a starting bell. By the time teachers arrived, it was already over. Devin sat dazed, a textbook in his lap. "You okay?" she asked, holding out a hand. He nodded, stunned. "You're like Wonder Woman, but better." She smiled barely. "Grab your stuff." Principal Hargrove gave her in-school suspension for a week. But he didn't expel her. Maybe because this time it was all caught on video. Maybe because the story hit social media and everyone sided with her. Either way, she stayed. From that day forward, Devin sat beside her at lunch. He always brought sandwiches wrapped in wax paper, crusts neatly trimmed. She never asked, but she knew his mom packed them with care. In the quiet moments between classes and training, they talked. Amara told him about her mom, who left when she was 6, and her uncle Silas, who ran a boxing gym where she spent most evenings. She didn't like being touched. She liked to control her space. Devin listened, never interrupting. He told her about his dad's accident, about working at the local library on weekends, about how the world never gave his mom a break, but she kept showing up anyway. They weren't best friends yet. Not really. But something lived between Thema, shared understanding. A survivor's code. One afternoon, Devin asked her, "Think you could show me how to throw a punch?" "Why?" she asked, narrowing her eyes. He shrugged. "Not everyone has an Amara." She thought for a moment, then handed him a card. "Saturday, 9 a.m. Don't be late." That Saturday, Devin showed up at Silas's gym wearing sweatpants that swallowed his legs and a nervous grin. Uncle Silas raised an eyebrow. "This the string bean?" Amara nodded. "All right, let's see what he's got." What Devin lacked in coordination, he made up for in heart. He showed up week after week. So did Amara. And slowly, she started to feel something she hadn't in a long time. Peace. Not in the world, but inside herself. Then the bullies returned. Amara knew it wouldn't last. One day, she found her locker vandalized. Books shredded. A banana smashed into her sneakers. Someone had scrawled "ghetto trash" in permanent marker across the metal door. She stood there for a long time, chest tight, lips pressed together. Then she cleaned it up. Devin didn't say a word. He just stood beside her, holding the trash bag. But didn't stop there. One afternoon, Devin showed up to the gym late, his cheek purpled with a fresh bruise. He tried to hide it, but Amara saw. Who? Trent and them. After Spanish. She didn't ask why. She knew. "Next time, don't be alone," she said. "That's not cowardice. That's being smart." He nodded, ashamed. That weekend, Uncle Silas handed her a clipboard. "I'm out of town. You're running drills." She wanted to say no, but she didn't. Trouble came again during PE when Trent snatched a kid's glasses and mocked him for tripping. Amara confronted him, told him to stop. He laughed in her face. "No one wants you here." "Funny," she replied. "Still here." The next day, Devin texted her, "You were incredible. Don't let them change you." But the threats got worse. A lipstick message on her locker. "Nobody loves angry black girls." A note in Tyler's locker, one of Trent's old teammates who had started training with him. "Your next traitor." Then Devin's bag was sliced open. Then he disappeared. After school, he didn't show up to the gym. Didn't reply to calls. Amara's heart clenched. She and Tyler raced to Devin's house. His mother stood on the porch, wringing her hands. He was supposed to go to the library, she said. He never came home. They found his glasses behind the gym, cracked. A notebook torn in half. Then the message came. A blocked number. "If you want the nerd, come to the old storage building behind the field. Come alone. No cups." Amara didn't hesitate. At the abandoned storage shed, they found Devin tied to a chair. His lips split, one eye swollen. Jason Harrow, Trent's cousin, grinned from the shadows, switchblade in hand. "You think you belong here?" Jason sneered. "I don't care about belonging," Amara said. "I care about him." Jason's hand wavered. Amara lunged. What followed was chaos. Elbows. Blood. Screams. She freed Devin, just as sirens wailed in the distance. The cops took the boys away. Jason tried to lie. But Devin's bruises, Amara's restraint, and Tyler's testimony told the truth. Jason and Trent were expelled. The others disappeared. Weeks passed. Amara became something more than a student. A story. A symbol. She didn't care about all that. What mattered was that Devin was back. Glasses fixed with bright tape. Tyler kept training. And Amara? She was finally healing. One Friday, Devin sat beside her under the bleachers. "I've never met anyone like you." "That good or bad?" she teased. "It's good." I've got sharp edges. I've got soft ones, he replied. She leaned against him for the first time, unafraid. Weeks later, they competed as a team at the state youth tournament. Amara wore her mom's old hoodie. Devin laced up new shoes. Tyler taped his gloves red. They didn't win it all, but they won something better. When it was over, Amara looked out into the crowd and saw Miss Loretta clapping with tears in her eyes. And in that moment, Amara Bennett didn't feel like a weapon anymore. She felt whole.